I know how much Jack Dad wants to go back to that interview, but we know how hungry August are to prove that they are the best in ANZ. Well, it comes down to this map. August and Mindfreak, we're going the distance here. Let's kick right on in.
Jackal first bands. You know, maybe this map we can do some analysis into the bands.
Go for it.
Jackal band.
So we've actually seen Jackal ban every single map this series.
Yes.
Both of these teams, it's funny, Jackal is not a ban we often see at the competitive level. A really common ban for casual players who want to have that bit of freedom, but it's only more recently that we've seen this level of Jackal banned. It really allows for that deep roam. So I guess that's something that August want to persist in, allow Ethan to roam around downstairs. In terms of the, that was Matt Andrews booing at the Pulse ban. Sorry, Matt, you can't come back to the desk later. We banned you.
Well, Buck has also been banned, second time today from Mindfreak.
It's a bit of a classic Mindfreak move at the moment.
Yep.
And yeah, August going to round it off with an Echo. That puts a little bit less focus onto the IQ play. It means that you'll see more Maestro, and we'll also have Mirror unlocked as well.
Both bans from Mindfreak were targeted towards that vertical play.
Yep. On the attacking side, Buck, which can counter the mirror windows, right? So I'm sure that we'll see when we do get Mindfreak on the defense using those mirror windows. Interestingly, August not going to kick it off with that. But yeah, later on we'll have to see it whether that works out. Ethan on the Mozzie, so 2 information gatherers, Mozzie and Valk, no Pulse as you mentioned before. Still quite a lot of information gathering utility, probably enough I think. Interesting to get rid of the Valkyrie for the Maestro though. I mean, Maestro is a great operator, but and great on this objective, but I'm just...
Interesting, isn't it?
Why would you remove the Valkyrie? I would have thought Mozzie is like Valkyrie, but slightly worse in a couple of different ways.
So you'd rather them get rid of the Mozzie for the...
that's what I would have thought, yeah.
For the Maestro. Interesting. I think like Mozzie's, you know, not just good at gathering the information, but also information denial.
Yeah, and the other key difference I think between the two is that Mozzie has that secondary shotgun. Vastly underrated.
Yeah, but the Valkyrie has the Deagle.
It's not the same. You can't open hatches,
yeah.
And you can't like really make a rotation hole.
Not with that attitude.
All right. I'll see you in Pro League next season then, Monkey, will I? Playing Valkyrie Deagle only.
Look, you'll see me casting, that's for sure.
So,
or at least I hope.
Yeah, I hope so. Kicking it off here on the Aviator Games Room bomb site for August. Nice default 90 camera at the 90-degree hallway.
This is something we saw August doing, where they don't reinforce the wall until they need to do it later.
Yeah.
Was that Mindfreak?
It was Acme doing that yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah. So they don't reinforce the wall into Vault until later on when they need it. Kings is on the Twitch. So yesterday, the first half of the Mindfreak versus Acme game was really rough for Mindfreak. In particular, Kings. He was playing Thermite. He was in silly spots. He wasn't really doing much. And then he flexed onto this this more flex role, the Twitch, and Mindfreak started to drone better. And it looks like Mindfreak are going to skip that first, you know, that warm-up, I guess, and start to really get into it here with the roles that suits them a bit better.
Well, they did come back from 3-6 down yesterday, Mindfreak, and they're going to be trying to make sure that they don't put themselves in that position again. Enemy detected outside. It's not going to lead to anything here.
That's an aggro run out, looking for the 90 window. Cutie was so close to that one, but Imarin doesn't get punished just yet. It's a full north side top floor control for Mindfreak. And Kings may well be able to destroy this Maestro camera. It's even more important than that. Oh, okay, he's going to get it as well. You can see the Maestro camera started to move. It was trying to look upwards.
Change the angle, yeah.
So if it's looking upwards, then the Twitch drone won't be able to get the angle onto the open eye.
They're not going to be able to reinforce this wall now. Cutie is covering that, making sure that can't happen.
Imarin's trying to go for a run out onto that position. He already did that early on, so Mindfreak will be wary of it. This Lion Charge will suppress August for a little bit longer. It worked wonders for Mindfreak on Coastline. I'm starting to see a bit of a revived Mindfreak. They had a bit of a blip on Clubhouse, but they're stepping up here. Derpa goes down, the older taken out.
Shaq also going to find Emo Rand, but there's Diesel shutting down Kings with a swift headshot with the SMG-11. He wants to re-peek as well as the Thatcher of Cuties just around the corner. Now they have just been unable to reinforce this vault once again. Devon, that's opened them up to it. Neofighter can't quite land the shots, but August are fighting from behind.
Still so much time for August. That's a narrow angle for Diesel. He wants to re-peek that. He knows he can't give up this 90 control too easily. And he's going to peek it again. Misses the first shotgun shot, but he does get the second. Now he's getting pushed on quickly, and Ippy Style makes an entry. Diesel shut down. It's all up to Ethan. He's on this flank. Now, it may well work, but a Mindfreak aware of his position. No plant going down just yet.
1v3, but two of the members of Mindfreak are rather lit. You're going to see the peek, and that's the down onto Style, but Cutie's there to clean on up. Low HP, no problem. To find Mindfreak their very first round on Villa.
We got some Mindfreak fans in the crowd as well. Kicking it off again. It's nice to see Mindfreak rejuvenated. After Clubhouse wasn't such a great performance.
August did not look ready for Mindfreak to be that ready for their strat.
Well said. And too accurate as well. So August, will they flip up, move over to a different bomb site? Try somewhere a bit safer for the moment. And I really think that this Lion, it's not specifically that operator, but it's the what it does to Mindfreak, how it enables Mindfreak to go for that collapse and suppress the August players. That really has been helping. It can be a bit difficult to tell what is the impact of the Lion. Well, if you think about Ethan's perspective, right, he was the one forced into that clutch position there earlier in the round. When Mindfreak start to execute onto the bomb site, if it's August, if Ethan's sitting there waiting to go for his flank, the Lion charge goes off while Mindfreak execute. Ethan can't flank then. He just has to wait while his teammates get executed upon and then go for the flank.
And not to mention, we saw Neofighter, he was lioned and had to stand up and try and take the fight. And I really feel like the fact that he wasn't able to move left or right really hindered his ability to take that fight. He couldn't move left or right, he just didn't want to.
Yeah. It's also a bit of a mental game with that Lion, right? You think, I can't move. Sometimes it's better to actually move and cop the punishment of that detection. But you have to move to survive a gunfight. Nonetheless, Auglers decide to put a little bit more presence onto this north side as they defend the same bomb site, Aviator Games Room. But Mindfreak taking control of the north side of the map last time around. That's something Auglers were aware of, and they want to bring the fight to Mindfreak.
Well, drones coming on out on this northwest side of the map. Sorry, northeast side of the map, I should say.
Yesterday against Acme, Mindfreak did play Villa, of course. It was the deciding map. And Mindfreak made their comeback on attack.
Ooh.
Seems to be where they're starting today. Not a good first encounter, though, for Kings, who's removed from the board. And that'll really make August feel a lot more comfortable. Not only is that a keen fragger off the board, but also that utility of the Twitch. We saw how much damage it did last time, removing the cameras and the evil eyes. And August still have this control.
Yeah, Mindfreak tried to make some steps, and, you know, they've ended up back where they begun. Well, actually, maybe even worse off, being one member down. Pre-fires from Neofighter coming on out. He's tried to be pinched from the window, but it's a battle that no one's showing up at the right time for here, Dev.
He's just wasting time, taking out drones, pre-firing angles, and Mindfreak do have this control of the north side of the map, except for Ethan, not addressed inside of Yastro. He's going to keep moving, flank very slowly through Master Bathroom. The Legion Mines alerted him to the presence of Mindfreak. He takes out the Lion, a great pick to have, and it's Ippy Style too. Ethan now waiting patiently for a peek in from Bathroom, but Mindfreak aren't even that fast on the refrag. Jack's peeking from the other side. He'll catch Ethan off guard if everything's likely. Taking the fight with the shotgun. Jack that he doesn't realize how close he was to making that work. On site, things are falling apart for Mindfreak as well. Jack Daddy still has to deal with this flank. He has so many air jabs he just hasn't used, and he's going to have to blind peek this one. Surely he doesn't realize where Ethan is. Bit of a wallbang might help out, and eventually does find that kill, but it might be too little too late. Finally finishing off the downed player, and it's only 2 left for Mindfreak.
Making sure he hits that headshot just to pad the stats there. No,
headshot percentage.
Yeah, I'm kidding. But yeah, 2v4, this is a really rough position for Mindfreak. We saw August come back from it on Clubhouse. If you remember, it was a retake from the plant down, but I don't know about this one, Dev. With 15 seconds, this is looking unlikely because they're going to have to make their way in. There comes the info. Neo sprays one down, can't get the second. Jack Daddy will find him instead. He's inside with Diffuser 1v3, but Derp to shut him down. And August take that round.
Took him a little while, but a good adaptation from August. Of course, the first time Mindfreak attacked that bomb site was that north side control. They had no contest. August decided to invest more heavily. Ethan showed up big. He only really got the one frag, but how much time did he delay? So much.
So much.
So much of that round was really on Ethan.
He was the slippery fish here, wasn't he? Got him behind.
I love your metaphors.
It's a straight up stolen metaphor if you watch the A-League.
So Mindfreak back, ready to take on another attack. Of course, a different bomb site will be selected. August don't have a choice about it. They just won Aviator Games Room. They'll head to the next most obvious bomb site trophy. I would love to see some kitchen later. So we saw some good Villa yesterday, not just from Mindfreak, but also from Fnatic and Oddity. Great examples from Fnatic of how to watch their flanks.
Yes.
Oddity were not so great at demonstrating how to watch their flanks, and Fnatic showed us how to enable flanks on this map.
How to watch Magnet get 19 frags and lose.
Yes.
A comedy.
I'm not sure if it's a comedy or a tragedy. Maybe it can be both.
Well, they say comedy is tragedy plus time, right?
Yeah, sure. So, switching it up now, August obviously had that reattempt, and I think it was so clear to see what they quickly identified what needed to be fixed and made those changes immediately. Is that going to be the story for defense here? If Mindfreak come out of the gate swinging here on this top floor statuary, August could well make some adaptations. Pulse is banned, so Ethan is going to roam downstairs with the Mozzie. Something else that we saw a lot of in the matches on Villa yesterday.
Yeah, C4 through the floor can be so powerful. Not to mention that secondary shotgun that can also open up if the pings are coming out in the right spot. And, you know, that can be facilitated by Mozzie himself with his drones. It's like the ultimate vertical denialer.
If August were watching the Mindfreak Acme game yesterday, they would have seen Kings do exactly what he did just then. That exact same pathway, droning upstairs, up the red stairs. Last time he was playing Twitch yesterday, pushing up that angle. Looks like Neophyte is completely aware. He knows that Kings has a tendency to do this, and he's going to wait for it. August, once again, have established quite a lot of map control, and they're using the Legion to full effect, controlling onto the Aviator side of the map as well, and Neophyte sees one. The Logic Bomb detonates and gathers some information for Mindfreak.
Went for the quick peek, but wasn't able to land anything, but there's Emo Rim with the long range to find Itby Style. That's the Dokeby off the ball. We did hear one call come on out, but that's a nice headshot from Neophyter, shutting down Kings, and Mindfreak kind of batting their head against a brick wall right now because it is not budging here.
Mindfreak can't even take the basic map control thanks to Neo and Emo. Old teammates hunkering down in this games room site. Shaq pushing up now.
Got a lot to do here, Shaq and Cutie. Derpe has taken some damage, however, Shaq can't flick in time, and he's going to run out of ammo, causing Emo Red to get the clean up, leaving it all up to Cutie, and Derp will shut him down. Was that a flawless round there for August?
Most comfortable one they've taken so far on Villa here. August seem to be back in the game after Mindfreak coming out strong at the start of the map. Still, defense is where we would expect a lot of these teams to take their victories.
Yep.
And August dropping that first one, that could come back to bite them later on. Of course, we have seen how good Mindfreak's attacks can be, especially when they were using that line previously.
But what was Mindfreak's plan in that round?
I think the idea was to just roam clear from south to north, and they just couldn't get past step one, which was roam clear south. Yeah,
I was going to say, if that was their plan, they did roam clearing very poorly.
They did.
It was a lot of 1v1 fights, and even 1v1 fights that they weren't ready for.
So they droned out a Neo and Aviator, right? And they detonated that Logic Bomb. But Neophyter was safe in Aviator because of the reinforcements. Why didn't Shaq use his Hibana pellets? The only thing I can imagine is that Shaq was saving his Hibana pellets for opening Master, and the strat from Mindfreak is, okay, take control of the south side of the map, and then we go back and take Master and use Hibana to open up holes. And that's just so much to do, right? Even if they had taken control of the south side, and had Habana pellets left, there would be no time left on the clock.
So they weren't ready for the roam over on the south side.
They wouldn't commit to that utility investment. They weren't ready for such a heavy roam on that south side.
Well, they've got another round to try and change things up here. Attacking on the dining room and kitchen. No Dokkaebi this time. Dev, we're seeing Style back on that line.
It's definitely much more effective in my opinion. Mindfreak are getting the basic information of where players are, what room they're in, which is kind of what you get, or maybe what corner of the room they're in, which is what you get with the Dokkaebi, right? Whereas the line actually suppresses the players and prevents them from moving. Dokkaebi is similar in the fact that it makes the players want to get out their phones and turn them off, but these days with the way that it turns off automatically after about 15 seconds, you don't need to turn off your phone. You just wait it out and hold an angle.
Just hold steady. It looks like Mindfreak might be thinking about going Route 1 here, right? Like they are setting up just outside of Pantry.
We did have August with a lot of top floor control, including a Maestro camera in Astronomy.
Yeah.
That heavy anchor spot upstairs. Mindfreak have really struggled when it comes to dislodging an anchored player for August.
Well, seems like it's slowed down though, the Mindfreak pressure. Is there more coming upstairs? So
slowly taking control of Master Bedroom. Kings, like, why is there not a drone droning us out? That's my question. Why is he just holding that angle, waiting for pressure?
They look flustered, don't they?
They do. Pushing in downstairs. This is a very non-committal take for Mindfreak so far. Not deciding to go for that top floor control. This is not something we see very often, and it's not going to work out too well just because there's a player up top who can take out most of those Habana pellets. Thanks, Emo. Roaming upstairs, playing elusively. Lion charge doesn't really help much. Yeah,
Lion E1D says, all right, Emo, sit still for 5 seconds. Not even that long. He'll say, sure. Sure thing, guys. But Mindfreak, they're just going to have to dogpile in at some point, Dev.
Can't help but notice the comms from Mindfreak so much quieter than before. Whereas the information gathering, they've been taken on the back foot. No drone here. Upstairs, denied by the Mute and the Mozzie for sure. And Derpbear finds 2 on the entrance to kitchen. What's happening?
Like, if they're going to be rushing into the bomb site, what's the point of Kings taking this top floor right now?
Disjointed Mindfreak is what we're looking at right now. Cutie can find 1 on site, but he'll die, leaving Kings all alone on the top floor, as you mentioned, so far from home. He doesn't know if there's a player behind the shield or not. He's got to assume there's nobody there. Fortunately for him, no one looking on that evil eye. Neophyter's got to be on other cameras. Should be plenty of information for August, and Emo's going to peek through some bullet holes. Surely he might catch Kings off guard, but it doesn't really matter at this point. It'll be an incredible feat if Kings can even get a frag or 2 in this position. Peeking into the bullet hose. He can't commit to anything. He's too scared, and Mindfreak will find 1, but Emo closing that out. August stealing around.
Yeah, I must say, I think it was the Mute that totally destroyed Mindfreak there. They had no idea how they wanted to take any part, and they all just kind of, well, 3 of us are just going to run in through one door and get completely shut down.
The Mindfreak comms were pretty quiet, but one thing I definitely heard was, who's got a drone?
No one.
No one. And I didn't hear a reply to that. I didn't hear a, hey guys, no, it's fine, I'm going to clear master for you. And Ippy Star walked in upstairs and there was no information. I mean, Thatcher surely needs to be the one to step up and throw down those EMPs, clear out that utility, those the mute jammers, those pests, so that you can get that information, because that's 2 rounds in a row where Mindfreak can't even get past step 1.
Yeah, the last 2 rounds have looked really rough for them. Back to AVG though, which, you know, we did see Mindfreak pick up their first round win here.
Yeah, that was though when August decided not to contest at all on the roam, and I think August have realized in the last 3 rounds, Mindfreak have not been doing well at all when it comes to clearing out roamers.
And that's just because of how big a map like Villa can be.
I don't know, that's part of it, but I think it's the information denial that really spelt death on that previous round, and the disorganization we've seen from Mindfreak on the last 3 attacks.
Yeah, like we expect Mindfreak to be a lot better and coordinated, but yeah, the information
how many of these
denial
picks have been like on a player who's alone? And there's no refrag.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, even remember the first round where August won on this bomb site. Ethan was roaming solo in Astronomy, and Mindfreak had fully pushed up into Statuary and Trophy, and Ethan had full freedom to go for a flank. They never even cleared him out in the first place. Here's a drone. Kings spots out that Mozzie, decides to get his drone safe instead of committing to it. He'll make a re-drone. Smart move. We heard Mozzie call out that he's found a drone.
Bullseye.
So more information for August, less information for Mindfreak.
Well, Neophyter's getting a lot of pressure from the window just outside of landing. I think that's like Mindfreak want to take control of this master side of the map, but they want someone to come in from landing as well as through the master bedroom areas. Ethan is droning out on that Mozzie, and where exactly has he ended up? I think he's fallen completely back, given them this area to roam, to take over.
He's still playing. Where is the Mozzie at the moment? Not quite sure where the actual player is sitting, but he's he did move that drone all the way back. Okay, so he's in kitchen downstairs. He wanted to keep that drone alive. There are 2 players downstairs at the moment, so no red stairs flank for the attackers on the cards. In fact, it's most likely the defenders will engage that. We know Mindfreak have the Nomad we've seen in the past. Jack Daddy places those air jabs near those red stairs to prevent that flank, but 2 players can overcome 1 air jab. If you use the first one as bait. Here's that Nomad charge going out, but August do have a drone nearby. Ethan's desperate to find this run out.
Oh, he's got a C4 as well, so he can just chuck it up whenever he needs. Oh, he's waiting for them to go up 90, and he's going to send him a present, but there's been a drop down. Oh, he's missed his C4, and someone dropped right next to him, Dev.
He has to make sure it's on right on the 90. You're going to get one with this one. Kings goes down, that's the Twitch. Nippy Styles repelled onto the window. Ethan's stuck in his tracks here, but Shaq steps up big time. 40 seconds left for Mindfreak. They're wary of this player downstairs. Ethan wants to contest the holes. He opened with his C4, but Mindfreak's making strides.
Oh, that was so close there, but Mindfreak have taken the man lead indeed. Cutie, he's going to be first up here, but Diesel's looking the wrong way. In fact, he's going to turn around to throw out a smoke, and he's going to be caught with his pants down. All up to now, Derp on site, who is down.
Wow.
So it is just Ethan in the 1-on-4 retake. There's that EE1D to deny him, and Dev, this is not looking likely.
Oh, wait.
Oh, wait.
No, if he can deny the defuse plan, this is the round. He gets it!
Oh,
He takes one down.
Ethan!
Shaq on the floor! Who can get it now? Someone's going to pick up the diffuser. Jack is so low on HP. Ethan only needs to land 1 shot, but he can't get it from this angle. He has to rotate to the hallway. Can he get it just through that angle? Okay, now he has to retake. He's got some time. Has to try and 3 players, though. There's still an air jab on these stairs. He's probably not thinking about it. And there you go. He detonates that one. That gives Mindfreak the information. It's a long angle now for AP Style. A difficult task ahead of Ethan. He got so close. Now he has to pay the price.
Yeah, you can hear that air jab. He doesn't want to go through this door because it's going to send him flying, and that's when the pick's going to come on out. Drone's harassing him as well.
Wow.
Yeah, no way to get that air jab, and he's lost too much time here, Dev. I think this might be a Mindfreak round, and there it is, confirmed by Cutie. Big round from the Mindfreak.
And Mindfreak are pretty happy about that one. They're riled up, finally back in the game. Look, they came out the gate swinging on Villa with an attack onto that very bomb site, and since then, things have been a bit of a rough slog. Finally, they make it work, and Ethan's got to be kicking himself that he couldn't deny that plant.
Oh, he was so close, wasn't he, Dev? I thought he'd got it. I was seeing the silhouette and where he was aiming.
And I mean, that was just a game of heartbreak, right? We thought that, okay, Ethan's the last one left. Air jabs on the flanks. No way he can make anything happen. And then the site information.
Attack pause. We can see Salix getting right on into it there. What do you think he's saying, Dev? I'll put that one on you.
I don't know, man, but he's got so much notes there. Look at all that information. We talked about Silix before, an experienced veteran of the ANZ Rainbow Six scene. Been writing down notes this whole game, and it's his opportunity to talk and August to listen.
Even Beer Scotch is nodding it along like he understands. Like, yeah, good idea, Silix.
Let's be real, he's probably talking through his earpiece. So, it's August who have lost that momentum, but just briefly A 3-3 half wouldn't be terrible, but they definitely would like to one-up Mindfreak going into their attacks.
My question here is, why are August taking a tactical pause when it can only affect one more round?
So true.
Right?
I've heard that critique before.
They are switching over to attack next half. Like, you can do as much analysis as you want into their defense, but it's only one more round before you have to start worrying about how they're going to attack.
I think that goes to show how important it is for August to win this round. If they're committing an entire attack pause to what realistically is probably only going to have an impact on this one round, they know how much this defense is important to them.
Maybe they were talking about attack during that pause.
I mean, they could. Like, you can always bring that on as well. But you don't have much time. An attack pause is 60 seconds.
Try and break the momentum from Mindfreak, right? Have a pause and
I feel like the momentum's going to break on the half anyway, right?
Yeah.
I think August know they can take a breather when the halves switch, try something different, but they really need to win this round. And after Mindfreak's first attack, August had a great way to counter it. They realized that roaming aggressively was the play and that flanking was working. And then it stopped working. Mindfreak started to tighten up their hold on the ship.
You know, I don't think they'll be too unhappy about how that previous round went. They almost won it.
They did, but at the same time, you've got to say, it's a game of either one stroke on the board or nothing at all. So you have to get that win. Is Cutie waiting for this peak? No, he's actually watching from 90, not down below.
That's only a small adjustment of the mouse here. Dev, is he going to jump out? Surely he's going to hit it a few times, put the fear of God into Cutie there.
How many times have we seen August think about these runouts but not actually go for it?
And why is that? Do you want them to commit to it, do you reckon, Dev?
I don't know. It's so hard to call because for August, it's a huge risk. And I think that they're playing not too risky. Ethan on his roam, he's been really elusive and he's often the last one alive. He's not taking these fights early. The round where August won on this Aviator bomb site was when they took the fight to Mindfreak and he engaged a flank very aggressively through Statuary.
Well,
he's playing more passive for now.
Minute and a half down, and Mindfreak, you know, they've gained control of the master bedroom side of the map. That's what they did in the previous one, but they didn't kick off from that. And Ethan's got control of a Twitch stream, by the way.
That's cool, but realistically, what does that actually do? I mean, I guess he could get a thermite charge,
yeah,
right? or a nomad. That would be
nice.
That would be the big things.
Yeah. It's kind of like an interrogation at that point, isn't it? Like super unlikely, but super impactful. Is Cutie's going to rappel on into 90 as the E1D comes on out. Ethan, he might be trapped here as he is going to be not taking this fight on towards the middle stairs. Look how aggressive Neo is.
Still no control of Study from Mindfreak, and it looks like they're not playing as aggressively on this north side. They do have that control, and Kings finds one, but there's a elsewhere frag for August. Study control retained for the moment.
That's Diffuser though, right? Diffuser dropped over by the front balcony.
I sure hope that Neofighter is aware because that completely changes the situation on this round.
Oh, his Kings coming in from behind up the stairs. Are they ready for this position? The E1D is going to come on out. Flashbangs raining on in. Cutie to find Derp. Emo Rin to respond onto Style, however, and I don't think they've got that Diffuser yet. Jack Daddy has found Diesel, and Emo Rin's just going to start playing outside. 5 seconds. Dev, they're going to have to do it, but Emo Rin's going to sit here, but Cutie finds the shots. And Mindfreak send us to the half at a 3-3 scoreline.
And you might have thought that dropping that Diffuser would spell death for Mindfreak. August sure keyed into that. They committed everything they had to holding on to Study, but they were backed up against the wall and thrown out onto the balcony. Emo Rin closed out.
At that time, if Emo Rin just jumps off the balcony and runs away, I think they might win that one. Right, there's no time to grab that Diffuser and run back inside, and maybe he would have gotten shot outside though. You know, that's something we need to consider, but either way, 3-3 at the half. Remember, we did see it 3-3 at the half yesterday between Mindfreak and Acme.
It's true. Mindfreak did really respond better on the second half, which was their attack. So now that Mindfreak are on the defense, that was where they weren't as good against Acme. Keep in mind, Mindfreak were only able to win the Aviator game's bomb site on their attacks.
Yes. No, that was 3 times, though.
It was, unfortunately for August, they weren't able to. Actually, they could have gone back to stat tree for that last round, and they didn't. Bit of a question mark there, because both of August's defenses, stat tree and kitchen, were quite dominant. They had more confidence in their ability to return to AVG, but I mean, you always think, okay, well, we've identified what we did wrong and we're fixing that, but the other team has the opportunity to do just that as well.
5 seconds to insertion.
Last time, though, the statuary was won basically on Mindfreak not being able to clear out the south side, so
Yeah, that's true.
it's a guessing game, really.
And then August stopped denying that from them anyway, which was, I don't know, a bit strange.
Well, now we'll see Mindfreak go onto the defense. Looks to be a very similar set of operators on the defensive side as well, with that information denial playing a pivotal component to how map control will be retained. August don't have that forceful utility, that Lion or Dokkaebi that we saw from Mindfreak. Kings.
He's not letting go of Click, is he? Spraying the bullet hose.
I mean, this isn't really something that Emo Rin should win. Oh, and they're just going to reinforce into game. Aviator. Or was that game? Yeah, games, rather. Bit strange that that was done so
late.
So late, because if Emo Rin had the ability, he could have opened up that wall with his lifeline, but it'd be style on an aggressive peak. Mindfreak have regained their confidence here. It's working out in their favor, taking gunfights as much as they can get.
They're looking sharp right now, Dev.
1 minute down. August have some control. Doing the same thing that Mindfreak did. They are droning downstairs as well, searching out for those roamers. Obviously, Jackal banned. August's decision on that one. That didn't really help their roamers all that much. Their roamers were never quite able to make the difference in the rounds.
Yeah.
They're deep roamers, right?
Yeah.
They are hard holding specific areas, that was good, but their deep roam of Ethan, there's always something missing.
Well, it looks like Cutie wants to get aggressive up at 90. He's got the deployable shield to play around, as well as this pillar. Going to fall back after a quick pre-fire. Mindfreak just going to be making sure that information remains completely unguessed, and that's an easy takedown on the Evil Eye there. 1 minute to go, but August need to start getting ready for an execute, Dev.
Well, they open a hole into Vault. It's such a dangerous game here. The attacking side, you can open into Vault, but it doesn't mean that you're going to make the round. Doesn't mean that Mindfreak can't shoot you straight on back. Flushing out these positions. There's no execute utility for August. No Lion, Dokkaebi to really push Mindfreak over the edge.
And 30 seconds to go. They're going to be clearing our office. Looks like
5 on site.
Yeah, double push through these doors. Great pre-fire from Neo to even up the numbers in a 4-on-4. Looks like they don't have much time, though. They really need to go.
Diesel has the diffuser. He's the one who has to make the play here, get himself into a position to put that down while his teammates cover. And cover they'll need to do. Ethan loses that fight. Now Dirtbear storming into Aviator. Neofighter taken out by Jackdad, but we need to see Diesel get this diffuser on the floor. He finally starts it, but there's 6 seconds where Derp is the only man to cover, and everyone will keep pushing. Shaq likely to find this one. He goes prone, the diffuser's down. Shaq taken out, a good trade there. All on Derp, 1 HP, 20 rounds in the magazine as he gets that reload.
He's going to play at range as well. We hear Dev go back as far as he can. He does have the ACOGs, and he does have the angle onto the diffuser. There's another one into the 1v1. Styles getting aggressive. He might catch Derp on the reload, but he can't let the shot. Derp goes down, and he gets the shots. Beautiful clutch from Derp. Wow.
And that might just mean the difference here for August. Regain their composure and get back into it. Mindfreak have been pushing them over the edge and to the limit. And it was a 2 versus 4.
And they do not look phased at all, do they? They're like,
they don't really show emotion.
Emo's like, yeah, I'll just scratch my nose, no worries.
They are in the zone. They are so intensely focused on these rounds.
Started off pretty horribly for August, wasn't it? It was
time management just wasn't there.
Yeah, it looked like they had no direction, and it came down to them starting the plant, like pretty much as the 0 popped up on the the timer and managed somehow to get it off.
Locate and defuse bomb.
We really didn't expect August to be struggling this hard against Mindfreak. I mean, this is definitely in a position where it can swing. Either team can take this.
I swear this always happens at LANs, right? Where teams we're not expecting to do fantastically are suddenly making it 3 mappers. Is that just the beauty of LAN, you reckon?
I mean,
or?
that's I reckon specific teams. Fury is always a team that performs better on LAN than online. Mindfreak as well. They almost beat Fnatic last year at the Six Masters. They almost beat, or they actually, a long time ago, they beat what is now Cloud9 on LAN. They're a team that is, they do well online. Oh, sorry, on LAN. And,
Objective is to locate
I
a
don't know, it
bomb.
seems to translate well today. Upset potential.
Do you reckon August are the opposite maybe? Like they perform worse on LAN?
Yeah. Every time they go to LAN, it's usually for an APAC final. And recently, the Raleigh Major was the first time they ever beat an Asian team. That said, they did win the Oceanic Cup. So August, I don't know, it's relative to the other teams, yes, they don't have that level of dominance on LAN. But, I mean, we've talked about it's the time for August to prove something.
Yep. Well, Monty coming out here from August. Ethan's going to be on that role. Why is it always like the one that you wouldn't expect to be on the Monty?
Yeah, it's always the guy you think is going to be fragging out. Ethan is a very good communicator.
Yeah.
So that's one thing that he can bring to the team on the Monty. And he also loves to frag out on the Monty as well. Go for those close range hip fire shots. August, of course, with that Montaigne, how do we expect they're going to play that? Lots of versatility.
It honestly looks like they have a lot more direction here, August. Making sure they're taking control of Office nice and early. Jack Daddy, oh, he's got a C4 prepped and ready. He has been spotted on the drone, and they gave that drone up, so I don't know, he's been forced back just by the pure fact that he's been discovered.
Jack Daddy preparing his C4 angle as well. Ethan's going to push up, get information on 90. And now the Montaigne has been spotted, but Diesel does find the kill, and Cutie goes for that quick run out. Well played. Something that August failed to do so many times.
I could hear the comms. Is there a Claymore? Is there a Claymore? So they should have had a camera outside that fed him that information, and it allows him to trade on back, finding the hard breacher as well. And Jack Daddy almost finds the perfect timing as he peeks out into the hallway.
Cutie's on this flank as well. He's already made an impact kill so far. We have no hard breach left for August to open up. And I don't think 90 control either. Cutie's going to get Neophyter there. So much to do for August. They had a good start, but there's a long way to go from here.
They have stalled out here, Dev. They're not exactly sure how they can make this move into the bomb site. We can see that outside rotate. Jack Daddy's going to put a C4 down. And the smoke's going to come on out. Is that so Derp can take this fight? Is that what they want to do?
It's so that they don't have to, the Monty can turn to face the player inside of games, and they don't have to worry about 90. But now Derp has flushed him out. Ethan's going all the way
poor timing.
Perfect for Cutie. Another one. This is a 4K so far for the man. Just one left, and Jack Daddy will close that out. We're at 4-4 here in the Six Masters semi-final. August or Mindfreak, who will make it into the grand final?
Perfect timing from Cutie. That Monty needed to go around the corner more and suss out the exact position, but he did it. And that allowed Cutie to narrowly miss out on that ace.
It really felt to me like August were putting all their eggs in one basket. There was no north side clear.
Yep.
There was even not covering that flank, the run out onto the player on 90. That was hugely, that was a mistake. And we can't have August making these mistakes because they needed that position on the window. They needed it so bad.
Well, back going to trophy and statuary this time for Mindfreak, Dev.
They look so happy, don't they?
Yeah, they're nice and
they're
relaxed.
having a laugh.
Yeah.
And I think that level of just having some fun makes a big difference. August, they're coming into this, they're really serious. The pressure's on, right?
Yeah.
We think August and Fnatic are going to make the final. And we've said that from the start. If they don't, well, that's not awesome for August. If you're coming into this thinking, guys, You know, this is our time. They need this opportunity, and surely that weighs into their minds coming into these rounds.
Well, Dev, it's not over just yet, of course. Interesting to see the August have gone for the Monty once again. Was they Monty maybe picked up because they expected them to go for a different bomb site?
Well, they would have had to go for a different bomb site as Mindfreak just
like
one aviator.
In the previous round.
Oh no, I don't think so. I think it's just the Monty is really versatile. All right, they could have done they could have pushed up 90 with the Monty, which they did. They could have pushed into games with the Monty. They could have pushed into Aviator through Study. They could have done what they tried doing against Cyclops, which was the north side take and then plant behind Monty in A. I think it's just a comfort pick for August. And with that pulse ban, it does give the attackers a bit more freedom, not worrying so much about those C4s through the floor. So
they're going to go for the south side clear. Ethan's going to make his way down the 90 hallway, which did not really work out last time they tried it. But I don't think Mindfreak have any roamers over here at all. They're playing pretty anchor-centric.
Minute down. The investment of reinforcements was made by Mindfreak onto the south side, which would have forced August to play vigilantly. Go through, check everything. Shaq getting that early pick. Nomad, no less. Flank's difficult to watch now. A C4 could make the difference. See you later, Ethan. And goodbye to Neophyte. It be style. Kicking it off with a bang. Sorry, that was Shaq. You got to give him the credit. His first LAN as well, and he's been turning it up here against August.
With a bang, literally, because that C4 went boom. Diesel and Emo gonna have to try and pull off a 2v5. Pretty well impossible, Dev. This is the kind of point where we start to say, Mindfreak's round.
We've seen August do 2 versus 5 clutches before, but it's a different story on attack to what we saw on Clubhouse. What's it going to take for August to bounce back from that? If not now, then later on. They've used their tactical timeout. And they seem to be short on the momentum here. Kings getting that pixel angle. Just Diesel left, who finds 1 kill, but a lot more to go. Only an ace clutch required, and yeah, it's he's got a good operator to do it. Great kit, great utility. Still a stun grenade left. That's the last one.
And there we go, Style to close it out. Mindfreak taking the lead, which they haven't done since the very first round on this map.
Is this where we start to get worried for August? Is this where we start to feel it slipping towards Mindfreak?
Mindfreak are 1 round away from match point. They are on defense on a map here like Villa, which can be so heavily favored towards the defenders. Nice C4, but that was a nice shot from Diesel.
We're actually seeing the same pattern so far in this half as what happened in the first half. Attackers win round number 1, was when August won Aviator, and then defenders win round number 2. They retry that same bomb site they lost. They win round number 2. They move to a different bomb site. They win that.
The thing is, though, right, is the one round that August have won on their attack was off the back of a clutch and a pretty poor round, all said and done. August need to change something drastically, or we'll be looking at a Mindfreak victory.
Do you really think the Montaigne is the play here? Because August have switched away from it.
Well, I think they might think it's not the play, Dev.
Yeah, well, I'm sure they don't, but...
I must say, it wasn't doing much for them, was it?
No, I agree. And the lack of pulse didn't prevent them from getting C4 through the floor, right? They still had plenty of information. They've got 3 operators that bring cameras as their primary gadget. And that C4 was hugely impactful. I don't think August are making use of the Montaigne, not just because it's being countered, but because where they're trying to push it, I don't think it's going to be the difference maker.
Like, you don't need a Monty. You can just do it with a gun.
Exactly.
Looking at the scoreboard, though, Cutie has been stepping up massively here, which is kind of like a theme along the whole weekend, isn't it? He's been one of the most impactful players for Mindfreak overall.
He's been the elusive one to make those impact plays, and I guess that's one big difference between these two teams. They're, a deep roamer flex kind of player. There's been a difference here. Cutie's been on the ball with his shots, with his flanks. He's been well timing. August, it's been Ethan on that role on the defense, and his success was mixed. He won 1 round for his team on a flank, and other than that, didn't really have an impact.
Oh, look at Style here, getting nice and aggressive in master bedroom. Surely the drone's going to come on out. Yeah, that's going to send him back.
I like this from Ippy Style. Mindfreak have identified they are running with the ball. They're playing aggressive, and that's when you scare Orgless. And playing that aggressive, there's a possibility to net yourself a kill with that. As soon as he sees that the risk is too large, he gets out of there.
Yeah, one slip up by Orgless, and that's a kill going to Styles' pocket. But looks like they have made their way into top floor nicely. No real denial, but they really need to be wary of these C4s through the floor. Or have I spoken too soon? The Legion is nice and close.
Oh
Gotta
my
go for
God.
the vault, but Emo Ren hits that. Shuts down Cutie. Most impactful player for Mindfreak so far. Here come those C4s through the floor, though, but I don't think any of them are hitting, and this is a good start for Orgless.
You know, Mindfreak aren't going to sit down and take it, though. They try to go for that flank. It doesn't work out because Neo's on the ball there. All these C4s raining through.
Wow.
And that concussive effect of those breaching charges as well.
Some bayhem right there.
That's one way to put it. Mindfreak force back onto the objective, and Shaq trying to go for this flank. August do have a player watching it, and that defeat, Nomad charge will push him back. Dirtbag going to repeat it with another air jab. So he's doing an excellent job holding these flanks.
Well, feel it balanced on a precipice right now. Oh, the Maestro camera going to deny a lot of those Hibana charges, but was it enough?
It definitely will prevent it from being a vaultable hole.
Yep.
Great. It was a smart idea to do it in a pattern, which means that they won't be able to make a walk entrance through there. Shaq gets traded out right after that good kill against Ethan. 4-2 though. Orgless looks like they might be able to equalize. Is there any denial for this?
I don't think
Kings
so.
could wide peek this. No, Imarin's watching from the angle. He does get taken out by Kings. Now it's a retake scenario. He's got a great gun for it, but lacks the mobility of a 3-speed.
Yeah, but that means he can take some more punishment, Dev, but this 1-on-3 with time against him is not looking likely. These attackers are just going to sit back and wait for him to slip up, and he does so. Looks like Orgless are back in it here.
Kitchen attack works out well, and look, if we think about it, Orgless is actually doing better in this half than Mindfreak did in this so far. Because, what, 4 rounds into Mindfreak's attacking half, they'd only won 1 round, and here we are with Orgless stepping it up and winning that kitchen bomb site.
Yeah, but it was a 3-3 half, Dev.
Yes, but Mindfreak only won the 1 bomb site. We've already seen Orgless win 2 different bomb sites.
That's true. 5-5 right now.
It may look close, but bear in mind the fact that Orgless are... I don't know, it's so hard to quantify, but I feel like Orgless do have the momentum now. They've realized, look, we may have lost the lead for just a moment, but it's our time to shine. So we move on back to Aviator Games. It is the one that Orgless won previously. Mindfreak did have a good reply. Orgless have decided not to go for the Monty. So Orgless won it without the Monty.
Yep.
On a clutch, right? And then they decide to take the Monty for their second attack. It doesn't work. Take the Monty again for a different attack. It doesn't work. So they abandon the Monty. They win Kitchen nicely, just playing Thara, playing smart, doing the how you normally attack.
Yep.
The sequence of events that you would normally have to do. And now they're going back to square one, getting rid of the Monty for this Aviator attack. And I've got to say, it's the right choice.
5 seconds to insertion.
Well. So, Ethan, as you said, on the IQ this time instead of the Monty. Going for the IQ, like, is that the change, though? Like, are they struggling finding gadgets?
I mean, Mindfreak have so much information. The information denial is the story of this map right now. So, those Valkyrie cameras, the mute jammers, and the Mozzie all contributing to that. I mean, every operator, like even the Legion's contributing to the information gathering. So, the IQ counters, all that, not hard counters, but it certainly helps it along.
Yeah.
At the very least, Ethan will have something to do. He'll have a job. He needs to get that done.
Just mentioned great gun and 3-speed at the end of the day as well. So, what is the Orgless plan? Looks like they want to take control of Office as their first quarter call here. Emo Ren looking like he wants to take below as well. Cut off any of those rotations back upstairs. I think where the August attack fell apart last time was 90.
Yeah. They were completely dismantled by Cutie.
So they need to do something different when they decide to take 90, of course.
There's that camera outside.
Yeah, a lot of info, isn't it, Dev?
Great idea from Mindfreak, and Ethan haven't taken that out. You mentioned last time, Mindfreak, well, Cutie was asking, is there a Claymore, is there a Claymore? That's the camera that enabled that information. Both Shaq and Cutie are keen on this one. Shaq now in a position to go for the run out. He gets nomaded, and that tells the player on the window that someone is in fact downstairs.
Oh, and Ethan's nearby. Got to try and capitalize on this. Looks like Shaq's going to book it, though.
He's going for a wider run out. This could work, but the Nomad covers that as well. And now Ethan has to go in and cover this as he enters back. That'll be an easy kill.
Nice. Great adaptation there from Mindfreak. Sorry, from August, sorry.
And use of utility as well. Whipping out those air jabs, not saving them for later. Suppressing that Mindfreak aggression. Now August in the driver's seat here, but they don't have a multifaceted push. No north side control.
Yeah, with 50 seconds on the clock, they're going to have to make their way into the bomb site very soon and start that plant. We see, looks like one of those angles has been Habana'd open, and we're going to see more of them come through as the Thatcher grenades come on out. Kings is getting forced back, whereas Jack Daddy wants to get more aggressive here, prone on the games room. C4 comes out. Can it do some damage? No. He has been spotted on the drone, so they know exactly where he is. But Cutie will finally find Derp, who was on that rappel. Style finds Ethan as well. This has gone from bad to worse for August.
Numbers disadvantaged, but this is when they have to file in. They don't have a choice. Jack training on this angle, hiding behind the pot plant. It's a good angle for him, but where is he exposed to? All of Mindfreak are in good positions on this north side, but Diesel makes an entry here. He's the last one left. He can get another one down. He has to stick this plant, though, for 7 seconds. No way. Mindfreak's going to let that happen. It be style to close it out. And Mindfreak take the lead once again. And look at the relief on Cutie's face.
Match point. Series point. Dev, if Mindfreak can take this one, they are going to the grand final.
Mindfreak versus Fnatic in the grand final. Fnatic or Fury in the grand final. Sorry, I don't want to write these games up before they happen because I'm eating my words about August here. I mean, that would be a sight to see.
They are a bit on the ropes right now, aren't they, Dev? They are looking a bit flustered.
What's happening here for August? I've got to say, they just trying to commit to a push that doesn't cover all the bases. Trying to push one side on Villa just from study. You can't do that. You need north side control. Otherwise, they're just going to evacuate the bomb site and peek you as you try to plant.
So do you reckon that August is just trying to spend too much time downstairs, perhaps?
I like the idea. The only reason they were playing downstairs would be to clear utility from below with the IQ, but primarily it was to kill Cutie on, Shaq on that jump out. I think that they just need to have some kind of commitment to the north side. This roam clear needs to happen because if August don't have more than one way to get into the bomb site, they're going to say goodbye to their hopes and dreams of being the ANZ 6 Masters 2019.
You know, on Mindfreak's attack half, I said they were banging their head against the wall, right? And it kind of feels like that's what August is doing now.
Exactly right.
Right, they're trying something that's just not working, and they're a bit pig-headed and don't want to try and change it up.
Clever use of the pest there inside of the floor, so it won't be seen. It won't be easily shot. But the defenders are in such an advantageous position with so much information denial. It's always the attackers who have to take that initiative, and sometimes you have to do it with no information. You just have to jump in there, find some kills, make an opening for your team and capitalize upon that, and that's something that comes more natural to Mindfreak than it does to August.
Well, looks like August's going to try and gain control of the north side here, Dev. Are they going to take another facet? Are they going to take another angle? Put this into 2 dimensions rather than just the one?
I think Mindfreak wanted to keep some presence on the south side, but August haven't decided to kick their attack off there. They did last time they attacked this bomb site. They started with the Monty pushing very slowly. They got C4 and fell apart. Now they're deciding to commit to Master. Droning over. Jack Daddy's going to take out that drone, prevent any information from August. It's a starvation of information at the moment for August. They don't have anything to go off and any way to know where to work towards.
Oh, Cutie. Getting ready to go for this run out. He might find Diesel if Diesel's not looking, but Emo Ren will find Jack Daddy. They're going deep into Astronomy here. That's a double. Can he find the triple? No. But Astronomy is in firm hand control of August. They've put us into a 5-on-2, and it's looking like we're going to overtime. C4's going to find one back, but is that enough, Dev?
Just 2 players left on this retake. The Nomad will make that a real pain in the butt. Ippy Style also taken down as he tries to retake. It's all on Cutie. Plant going down for Diesel. Can Cutie deny it? He gets a good shot! What a double kill! But there's a trade, and August take us all the way to overtime.
Wow.
What a damn shot.
Cutie has been stepping up huge so far for Mindfreak.
That's inhumane. That's not. He can't do that. Stop it, Cutie. Like, man, how do you make that happen?
A lot of training, I'd say.
Mindfreak just have everything right in their heads right now. They're feeling this moment, and they're ready to embrace the grand final.
Lucky August were there for the trade, and that round kind of felt like a Hail Mary, wasn't it? Emo Rin's like Astronomy mine.
It was like what I was saying earlier. When you don't have that information, the defenders are starving the attackers for information.
Yep.
Meanwhile, they know everything that's going on because they have all these cameras everywhere and these lesion lines. So what the attackers need to do is, if there's an opening, they don't have that information, they just need to get in there, refrag, take the fight. And that's something that comes more naturally to Mindfreak, but Imorin stepped up and did it for August that round.
So Mindfreak are having to go to AVG. Oh, sorry, they can go to AVG right now. They have a 1-2 record on their defense here, so it's either going to go 2-2 or 1-3 here, Dev. And, you know, 1-3 is looking more likely because the one that was won by August was a 1v3 clutch.
So, by all rights, this should be Mindfreak's round. But then, of course, August will be able to go over to their defense and pick their favorite bomb site. Mindfreak only succeeded attacking Aviator. So, we'll get there next round, but certainly that'll be one to watch.
Yeah, you'd be surprised if August decides to defend Aviator
I'd be
themselves.
very surprised. They lost it 3 times, won it once.
That being said, I wouldn't be that surprised.
I mean, I'd be disappointed. So here for Mindfreak, as you mentioned, going Aviator, won it twice during this most recent half, but lost it that first time as soon as August started there onto their attacks. And that was, as you mentioned, off a clutch. So is August going to take this north side control? I can't help but to think that makes the difference here. Ethan's decided to flex onto a more fragging role. It's a good idea, I think.
I think they need to sort out what they want to do with 90 control, right, and make sure they're actually taking it rather than trying to deny it.
Capitão's not banned. They could be smoking it off. They could be firing it off. There are so many options here. They're also not bringing the IQ, so that information that Mindfreak has will be present. All of those cameras and Mozzie drones be very hard to identify for August, but I do like the pick of the Ash. It shows that August is ready to just go in and take those gunfights when they're starved for information. And they need to do that. We need to see that from them.
Oh, there's the pick from Cutie at the end of the hallway. He's been so successful doing that. Neofighter doesn't really want to take that, does he?
Shows August a bit scared, but Neo's been playing very well in this game. Always doing his job. Shaq going for the C4. Doesn't nail it this time. Neo gets away scot-free.
A little dance back and forth here, isn't it?
Derpet is going to rappel up to 90 window and try to clear off Shaq from that position, or was it Cutie on that 90 position? We saw how August suppressed the runouts last round from Mindfreak, and looks like that'll be the case again. But can Derp hold down this control?
Derpate needs to get in 90. Right, great start there for Emo to find Shaq, but they need to have someone standing at 90 and denying all that presence.
Derpet doesn't have a magazine size big enough to just rappel in while pre-firing. So it'll be a very risky business for him. Buck is banned, so Ethan will make good use of the Viper Strike to open up some of these default positions. August getting information on site as well. 40 seconds.
Ooh. Can feel it, Dev. It's building here to a boil.
Anyone could win this round right now. August have the pick, and that's something to go off of. But Mindfreak have the advantage being on the defense. They just need to wait. We know how good they are at doing that.
Yeah, Jack Daddy's going to be down there by Emo Ren, who isn't replied upon from Volt.
Jack
Well,
is
in
still
fact,
alive.
sorry,
in
he's
fact.
still up, but
He just went prone. He finally gets taken down. Everything is collapsing for Auglis. Just one left now. It's all Cutie. He's been the man for Mindfreak today. He gets 2. Could this be it? But no. Auglis bucked the trend, and we're going to our first Auglis match point.
Wow, good comeback from the Auglis guys in that round. It looked a bit touch and go there for a second, Dev, but they managed to dig deep and to find the frags in the end, and that was Mindfreak's chance. I think that was a must-win round.
And look at this team. The team that was jumping about, laughing, kicking it throughout this entire half. Suddenly, the reality has hit them. This might not be achievable.
Can feel the weight on their shoulders.
I want to know, where is Auglis going to take us?
Dining.
Dining room, kitchen. I think this is the right choice. So they won Aviator once, went on to Statuary, won it, went on to kitchen, won it, and then proceeded to lose Aviator. Okay, sorry, they went Aviator first, but they lost Aviator 3 times.
Which is not a great record.
No, not at all. It was a 3-1. So they've, in this match, 100% win rate on kitchen. But will Mindfreak be able to figure out a new way to attack this? I think that Auglis, it was the right choice. Not going to Aviator. I think Aviator and Statuary would be the 2 most obvious picks that Mindfreak would be predicting. So at the start of the round, first thing they got to do, find what bomb site is it? Because let's be real, Auglis, you can't predict which one they're going to pick in this scenario. Second step, if this wasn't the one that they were predicting and talking about during the operator select phase, they got to have that conversation now. How are we going to take this bomb site?
Well, seeing Mindfreak bringing out that Lion once again, which they used so much in the first half. Style going to be on that as he has been. King's on the Twitch as well.
That line worked so well for Mindfreak. Auglis really struggled with that lack of mobility. Obviously, a lot of mobile operators here for Auglis. See how long they can contest top floor control. But it may well come down to an absolute fester of players onto the bomb site, as we've seen in the past. Imarin does have a Twitch drone. Nice job. Yeah, he's doing pretty well catching Kings' Twitch drones. But of course, from Mindfreak, it's very easy to identify. Hey, is that Twitch drone yours? Nope. Okay, shoot that. Anyhow, Auglis sitting tight for now. Mindfreak, onus is on them to push, and I don't think that was deliberate. It'd be style. Got to get his drone back up. He spots out one in Memorial, but he still doesn't have information up top.
Is that kind of like a boon, though, that he got from a missed...
Wait, is this the same Twitch drone as the second one? Because this is now upstairs.
Maybe Imorin's got both. Can go get a kill with them.
No, okay, there's the second Twitch drone just there. So that is the same Twitch drone as before. And yeah, Imorin, though, he's doing a lot of work so far. Auglis do still have a player inside of Astro as well. Imorin getting pushed from landing.
Oh, he wants to get aggressive.
He's just waiting for this fight. You don't want to take that. Not against Kings, not against the F2.
Yeah, and the ping's come on out, which has caused him to just fall on back there. Mindfreak perfectly clearing this top floor, not having to shoot a single bullet.
Finally, top floor control taken, but Mindfreak haven't opened up this floor. They haven't flushed out the positions on site, and that's why you take top floor. And to prevent the defenders from flanking you, that Twitch drone likely to be taken out soon, but somehow Imarin gets it out alive. He has so much information. Only 1 minute left, and we're on 5-on-5, Monkey.
Yeah, they're going to have to start opening things up. Here comes the Thermite to open up from Laundry here.
Is there anything to deny this Thermite charge? Imarin's Twitch drone was the thing to deny the Thermite charge, but it doesn't go off. Is there a C4 in Impact? They're trying to open holes. It's Neophyter. Can he get the C4 over in time? He doesn't manage to make it work. And that avenue into the bomb site does happen.
Style was downed up above. They're going to try and get the revive on through
my
here,
God!
but the impact grenade is going to finish him off. Imorin onto Kings as well, putting us into the 5-on-3.
30 seconds to go. Still a lot of work to do for Mindfreak, but they have some time. 5 players to find on the defense, and Neophyter sitting tight on the bomb site. What are you going to do, Mindfreak? It's all on you. You've got to make this work. Staring down match point. Do you want to head to the grand final or not?
They look completely lost, Dev. One of them is going to have to stand up tall, or all three. They're going to have to force their way through these little choke points that Neophyter and the rest are holding on to, but Shaq's going to hit a shot. Jack Daddy, a massive derp replies. However, onto Cutie. They need to start getting this plant right now.
5 seconds to go. Shaq needs to cover his teammate. Auglis, they're so close to the grand final. The plant gets denied. No, it goes down, and Mindfreak get cleared off. Auglis take the victory, and they'll be going to the grand final after an absolute tooth and nail game against their nemesis of Mindfreak. Auglis will be seeing you in the grand finals.
Woo! What a match!
Holy cow.
Holy heck! Look at Derp, he cannot contain himself. That was nuts. Blow for blow, all the way right through to the end, Dev. Halfway through that last map, we were questioning, do Auglis have what it takes? And they do. That is the difference between champions and great teams.
And look at these guys. They know each other so well. How many LANs have these guys been to? How long have they known each other within the community of Rainbow Six and ANZ? There's so much respect between these two teams, and Auglis breathing an absolute sigh of relief. Jack Daddy, you won't get your interview, I'm afraid, but you still got to see Matt Andrews, and I'm sure you can have a bev with him later.
Have a bev, yeah. Oh, he's going up. He wants that interview, doesn't he?
Yeah, can we get Jack Daddy interview anyway? Like, can we get both? Oh, what a performance. And Mindfreak, man, they exceeded our expectations here.
Yeah, Auglis looked down and out after that first map, didn't they? They looked like they had no idea how to counter Mindfreak, but then come to Clubhouse, one of Mindfreak's strongest maps, and they come back with their own vengeance. 7-2 on that one.
We really are down under, because this entire series was turned on its head. But I gotta say, there's been some highlight moments. Cutie on screen, he outperformed our expectations of him. He played out of his mind. And, well, this shows that Mindfreak, we've got a lot more to see from you in the future.
Yeah, definitely keen to see how the squad still develops, you know, and they're kind of where we expect, right? Top 4 in ANZ, definitely for sure, and that's where they've ended at our ANZ LAN.
Yes, and for Auglis, this is their tickets to the grand finals. Let's hear from them. Matt Andrews, take it away on stage.
Cheers, Dev. Yeah, I've got Ethan. I've got a finalist, Ethan, and it's you and it's Auglis, ladies and gentlemen, into the grand final later on today. Congratulations. You look, I'm going to say it, you look exhausted. Probably are.
Not exhausted, but yeah, I don't know, they just pushed us to the limit, really. They're a lot harder than we expected them to be. They played a lot better on LAN than online, so yeah, yeah, congrats to them.
You had a big rest day yesterday, having played your quarterfinal, of course, Friday night, so you could watch these teams, and the first quarterfinal was them. So you had a long day yesterday in which you could prep for them, but nevertheless, they surprised you.
Yeah, they did. Yesterday looked quite sloppy, but today they were really tight, and they were like, I don't know, they were very aggressive and caught us off guard a lot, forcing a lot of mistakes out of us, so yeah, props to them for doing that.
So you lost the first map, and then somehow regrouped to such an extent, to your credit. The second map was probably the most dominant performance we've seen of the whole Six Masters here this weekend. Nothing Mindfreak did seemed to phase you guys. Nothing they did really unraveled you guys. They got a couple of rounds, but it was the most one-sided score we've had, and it seemed like you could answer everything. So what did you do between the first and second maps? I mean, that second map was such a change for you.
We had some food. We missed out on breakfast this morning, so yeah, having a bit of food was nice. But we voted their club a lot because that's their best map. We knew we were going to play club. We got surprised on Coastline. I felt like they counter-shotted us a lot. And Villa, we looked at their Villa. We didn't think it was that great, but they were just really playing aggressive and catching us off guard a lot. So, yeah.
Yeah, it was tough, wasn't it? And as a map veto went in, we thought, well, this might actually favour them. But we knew it was always going to be close. But you guys, of course, are here, as in many people's eyes. We've said this a couple of times now, and I said it at Diesel when I interviewed him before. Many people think you're the favourites for this thing. Do you feel like you are?
Us and Fnatic. I don't know. It's hard to say. Fnatic have a lot of fans, so maybe. I'm not sure.
Well, we've seen you take down teams. We've seen you lift trophies. You are one step closer to this big one here. Do you want Fnatic in the grand final, or would you like a match against Fury instead?
Doesn't matter. Like, would be happy to play both teams. Like, it's just an honor to play Fnatic as well. Like, they're a great team. Being the only international team for Australia. So, yeah, it'd be great to beat them again.
To beat them again. That's how it could be, and I think that's getting appreciated here as well. Ethan, congratulations. Well done. You are our first grand finalist. He with Auglis. We'll see him in the finals of the Six Masters later today.